Hey, what's happening? Domino 7 here. I hope this video don't lag. Well, we'll see how this go. Well, today, or shall I say tonight, you know, I don't know why I'm bringing this up. I know this been since 2019, and we in 2026, or shall I say 2026, you know. It been since 2019 since Arabella Parker passed away, you know. But it still bothers me till this day, you know. I ain't know nothing about it until I saw Samantha on the Steve Wilkos show, you know. When I watched the Steve Wilkos show and stuff like that, you know, and then she was terrified of her boyfriend at the time, the guy named Jahrid Burgess, you know. I never met him in my life. I don't even know who the hell he is until I saw that video of him and talking about he didn't do this or do that or whatever, you know. Talk about Samantha, who was the one that was abusing baby Arabella, you know. I'm like a 19-year-old punk, you know, uh, uh, abusing a innocent baby, you know. Honestly, Arabella probably would have been in what grade she would have been in? Maybe the fourth grade or the fifth grade by now. Who knows? You know, because I read that she was born in 2016. You know, so I mean, the way she was saying that Jahrid put fear in her and stuff like that, you know. And you know what I heard? You know, I watched these YouTube videos about her and stuff like that, you know, but I was watching them last year and year before last, you know, and then somebody on YouTube saying stop picking on Samantha Delcamp, you know. Well, to me, I don't think anybody's picking on her, you know, to my knowledge, you know. But I would like to say this. How could she sit there, say have that child around a straight up thug like that, you know? A gangster to my knowledge, you know. If he was a hoodlum, you know. I mean, to me, the way I think about it, Samantha was kind of selfish, you know, bringing Arabella around Jahrid Burgess like that, and then when she hooked up with Jahrid Burgess, you know, she jumped the gun quickly, moved in with him with I assume two other roommates, or was it three other roommates? God damn, what the hell was she thinking, you know? And then with Steve Wilkos, you know, I mean, I ain't really blame him for yelling at her, you know, okay. But it's a shame for me to talk about this though, you know. Well, in my opinion, I don't hate Samantha at all because I never met her a day in my life, you know. But about Carl Parker, you know. So I heard some stories about him, but I'm not gonna get into no details with him because he didn't abuse Arabella, you know. But I'm not gonna get into no stories with him, you know, because I mean I heard of him later on in the years, you know. Okay, and something that came about that I didn't even expect, you know. When Amanda was confronting Samantha on the Steve Wilkos show, you know, and then all of a sudden something came out that I really wasn't expecting. Something came out that I wasn't really expecting. Y'all ready? Amanda did the same thing to her baby like Samantha did to Arabella. I'm like, damn, what a hypocrite. And I was disappointed to hear about that. I'm like, Jesus, what a hypocrite, you know? Oh my God. But let me say this. For some women, if you're not able to be a mother, why get pregnant in the first place? You know? But you know, I don't have no kids at all. And I love children, you know? So I tried my best to take care of my niece when she was a baby. You know, I couldn't do it, you know? So, like they say, be smart, okay? And for some guys, if you're not willing to be a father, put a cap on it. You understand? Oh my God. You know? So I just hope and pray I don't be in that boat, you know, but I doubt if I would be in that boat, you know. But some of you seen this baby Navy. I couldn't imagine anybody doing anything to this innocent baby Navy, you know. So my cousin Tara would take good care of her, you know, and she have a husband that takes good care of her, you know. Uh-huh. But you know what, Samantha, I doubt if you're watching this, but if you are watching this, you need to be careful who you choose. If y'all want to date nobody, don't. But let me tell you this: if you're watching this, which I doubt, you better be careful who you see. You better be careful who you dating. You know, I can't believe this dude here, Jahrid, would get you put in the system like that. You know, but honestly, I'm not happy about you being in prison. Hell no, you know, because like I said, you shouldn't have had a baby at all. Honestly, that's my opinion. That's my opinion, honestly. Okay. Yeah, I know I waited so long to bring this up though, but I'm not saying this to be mean to her, you know. I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm not saying this to be hateful or none of that, you know. I'm just saying she shouldn't have had a child if she was gonna have a boyfriend just like that, you know, a bad boyfriend, you know. Oh God. So she probably had one bad relationship to another bad relationship, you know. Like Steve Wilkos says, suppose another 19-year-old goofball, you know, another one like that, you know. Like they say, you never know, because she had said she didn't want to date nobody else, but the way I think about it, I would say I beg to differ. I don't know if I'm talking with sense or what, but hey, I can't believe I waited this long to bring all this up. You know, I don't know if I talked about it before or not. I don't know. Okay, so I wouldn't I wouldn't tell Steve to take it easy on his guests. You know, if they deserve it, they deserve it. You know, if they don't deserve it, maybe I would say take it easy. But you know what? I mean, I would like to tell Steve. I said it before or not on my video. Steve, Amanda was a hypocrite. Okay, confronting Samantha on national TV, and then all of a sudden she did the same thing to her little angel. You know, let me tell y'all something. Jahrid, if you're watching this, which I doubt, you know, I wish you would get life in prison, honestly. But let me tell you this. Arabella did not ask to be born in this world. Okay? Let me tell you something. Just like other babies, not talking to everybody else. Okay? Babies did not ask to be born in this world. Children, period, did not ask to be born in this world. You understand? Children are a blessing. If you can't handle a child, don't be around them. Don't have no children at all. Okay? And that's the most craziest thing somebody could ever do. Pick up a child, hang her upside down, pin that child against the wall or whatever. You know what? Let me tell y'all something. I was 19 years old. I never treated a child like that. I never did. I never heard of a child like that. I never even beat a child like that when I was 19, you know. I used to play with children, you know, like Ring Around a Rosie and stuff like that, you know, football and stuff, you know, or something like that. But let me tell y'all something. Children are a blessing. They didn't ask to be born in this world. You understand? But for Jahrid Burgess to hurt a child like that, the way I feel right now, I hope for the life of me, God forbid, but never mind that, but I hope that them prisoners is treating Jahrid Burgess the same way he treated that little girl. That's how I feel. You understand? Anybody that hurt a poor innocent child that never done nothing to somebody, I hope they rot in hell, and I hope a prisoner would oh Lord. I mean, let me tell y'all something. Arabella would have been a teenager by now. Well, I don't know. Okay, she probably would have been 8 years old or 9 years old by now. You know, so that is saddening to hear. You know, even though it's been since 2019, I would say. You know, but that is sad for anybody to do something to that innocent baby. I mean, all she was doing is just playing with the food or whatever. I don't know if well they say it was a goddamn cheeseburger, you know. She ate prior to that time. Something clicked in his mind. I don't give a damn. What the hell is he? Schizophrenic? What is he? Mentally disturbed? Who knows? Or schizophrenic, whatever? I don't know. Well, let me tell y'all something, okay? Anybody that defend Jahrid Burgess, you're a loser, okay? Anybody that defend a child abuser, talking about he has a problem, I don't care what the hell he has. Anybody that abuse a child, a poor innocent child, you know, let me tell y'all something. I'm not going to excuse that. The police ain't going to excuse that. The judge ain't going to excuse that. And I'm pretty sure the good Lord, God, not going to excuse that. Jesus ain't going to excuse that, you know. I don't know, sick people would always take up for the abuser. You know why? Because they probably have a screw loose in their head, you know what I'm saying? Probably have an Epolis complex or something like that. Who knows, okay? Some people do have things twisted, you know. Oedipus complex. I'm not sure what that means. I could be wrong, but explain what that means to me if I got it wrong, you know. All right. But you know what? I can't stand child abusers. A long time ago, I heard on the news, okay, let's go back to I don't remember what year that was. It was probably 2013 or 2014 when some guy did something to a child, you know, and then in court the guy said, well actually I was quoting somebody what he said in court saying, I don't give a F about the child and all that. I'm like, oh my God, why would anybody say something like that? Oh, God have mercy, Jesus. You know what? The world is so cold. Anybody that they harm a child is my worst enemy. You know. I want to tell y'all, do y'all ever watch my videos sometime? Y'all know that I be having Kyron and Ayan in my videos, you know. Yes, y'all be seeing my past videos, you know. When I have Ayan in the video and Kyron and then my cousins, or should I say my niece and nephews, I should say, Naomi, Ava, Navy, Santana, you know. Cause like I say, they are innocent children. You understand? And Santana, I think he autistic if I'm not mistaken. You know, cause my brother Brock is autistic. I'm partly autistic. You know, I'm disabled myself. You know, I may not act it, but true I am. You know, I wouldn't make nothing up. You know, but even though it been years, it hurts to hear about children being abused and stuff like that. Child abuse is not okay. It's against the law. It's illegal. Okay? You can get life in prison for doing stuff like that. You know? Okay. Rest in peace, Arabella Parker. Okay? You are missed by your family. What was Samantha thinking? You know? If she did left Jahrid Burgess and went back, she's stupid. Sorry, Samantha, but that's the truth. You are stupid. You know. May God be with you. I pray for you, Samantha. Okay. What were you thinking? I'm sorry to say. Okay, but I'm not gonna talk bad about you, call you out your name and stuff like that. I'm not gonna call you the B word or any kind of bad word. You understand? All right. So all you gotta do, get on your knees and pray. Pray that you could get an appeal. If you can't get an appeal, I'm sorry. You understand? But maybe you in prison because God sent you to prison. Who knows? Okay? But for somebody to say stop picking on Samantha, I'm not picking on Samantha. I'm just speaking, you know. I'm not calling her a B word. I'm not calling her any kind of profanity word or whatever, you know. I ain't mean to call her stupid. I'm sorry I called her stupid, you know. But I don't know what she was thinking, you know. Maybe she handled credentials or whatever, you know. Maybe I don't know, you know. I don't know, you know. But I must say, she shouldn't have got pregnant. I'm sorry, you know. So there's some women out there that don't have no children and doing good, you know. There's a married couple that don't have children and they doing good, whatever, you know. Okay. So that's all I'm gonna say. Rest in peace, Arabella. You are truly missed. Okay. I never had a chance to meet Arabella because I don't know what city and state they lived in. I live in New Orleans. Okay, I'm from New Orleans. If some of you don't know. Okay. All right. So that's all I'm gonna say. All right. Bye bye.